Start with some injury updates. Firstly, how's Liam Palmer doing?
He's fine. He has trained normally today, so he's on the top again.
Good stuff. And Max Lowe as well.
Yeah, he should have played 60, but he played 90, and that was. Besides, he was very, very tired after the game. There was no problem, so it's very, very positive.
So he's still all okay for Saturday?
Yes.
And Nathaniel Chalabar?
Also positive. He played around 60 minutes, and there was also no complication after the game, so also positive.
Especially with Chalabar, he's had such a stop-start season, has he? So it's erring on the side of caution with him, especially.
Yeah, I think we all remember the first 30 minutes he played in Leicester in the first game. It was a strong performance from him, and then since there he has not played much, and now it's first time he has played 2 games in a row, and I'm really happy that also for him that he has a face now without injury.
And a return for action for George Brown in the under-21s. How good is it to see him back on the pitch?
No, it was really good, and it was clear that he has been out for a while. So, but he worked really, really well, and it was lovely to see him back on the pitch. So we're looking forward for next step.
Is that a case now of just building his minutes up?
Yeah, let's see how many minutes it will be. But we also want to integrate him when he's without risk and when we feel he can make the next step.
How beneficial has a extended break been after a typically busy Easter period?
No, I think everyone saw on the pitch after the last game that the players was dead, and he was really, really, really tired, and they gave everything in this Eastern period again, and to get 1 point was amazing. We always want to have 3 points, but I think still it was fair result for how all the 19 minutes was. But you could see in the end the boys was very, very tired, but they keep on going, and so it was well deserved 2 days off for them.
Any new injury updates, Henrik, as well? Just finally on this.
No. Ernie Viva is going really well with running. Deshaun is also going really well, running on the grass today, touched the ball a little bit, also very positive. So I think step by step it's going to be better and better.
So the league leaders on Saturday. Just firstly, what have you learned from the last time you played Coventry at Hillsborough, and to stop what happened at Hillsborough happening again?
I can't remember too well what's happened. No, it was. I think we played against the Coventry team that was very, very strong, and at this time, and how they press, how they play the offensive transition with individual quality and speed was on a high level, and how they build up with this big flexibility, and this is, I think, the most difficult team to press in the league, because there is no other team where you need to have so many players who travel together before you have a good chance to press them. And you need to press them, because otherwise, if you stay too deep, and we don't want to stay too deep, because then this is the team in the league who make most goals when opponents stay in deep defending position. So it's the most difficult team to press, but so it's going to be an interesting tactical game. What can we do here? But beside the tactical thing, we need to have amazing intensity, because they can move the ball quickly collective, and they have top individual skills.
Just on your side's intensity as well, you mentioned after the Leicester game how one of the things that you want your side to improve on is keeping possession better, keeping the ball better. Is this key as well against a team that can punish really quickly?
I mean, in our away game in Coventry, it's we have to defend the best ever in the season to compete here, and then you're using a lot of energy to compete defensively. Then you also have to be strong when you win the ball. And here, compared to the Leicester game, we need to have more times where we keep the ball, come higher up in the pitch, have some passes on the opponent half. So we also will breathe sometimes to keep the ball, so we also can start to create something ourselves. So of course, the game on the ball to create some offensive transition is very important, but also to have phases on the ball where we can keep the ball, where we can rest a little bit, so we can be ready again to press and also to play some transition again. So of course offensively is very, very important, also when we know that we will not go there and have many long phases on the ball and be dominant here.
To help with this, Henrik, what have you been saying to the players then? Because obviously, as you just mentioned, you might not have long spells of possession on the ball. So when you do get it, it's really key, isn't it? You take advantage of that.
Of course it is, and this is when you have worked for a period without the ball, the intensity is high, and then to win the ball, and we would like to have many players around the ball. We want to create overload around the ball because then we can use this overload to play forward. But when you play against the best team, and the best team is Coventry right now, then it's difficult to create those overload because in the position you have a lot around, and you have so big flexibility that to keep those short distance in the team, so you also can keep the ball when you win the ball, it's the biggest hurdle. And of course, this is some of the things we have worked with before the game.
Obviously, there's been reports around Joel Indala's timekeeping issues. So what's the latest and the situation with him?
That he is still out with his hamstring, and we hope he will train Monday again.
Did he take ownership of that problem though, Henrik?
We have spoken internal about what's happened, and for Joel right now is we have to make him fit again so he can train well again, and then we take it from here.
All the best, Henrik. Nice to speak to you.
Thank you.
Henrik, afternoon. How you doing?
Hey, Alex. Good to see you.
Yeah, and you. The results have been the results, and we know the situation around that. But looking into some of particularly the attacking stats and metrics, you know, they have improved in the last few months on, you know, after January. I wondered what your view was on what's contributed to that.
We are sitting right now with all the stats to see, so we will have a bigger perspective for this to where can we compete on this level and what is the next level for us, also with the mind for the new season.
Okay. Is there a view that, I mean, obviously, you know, players came in January, the relegation was obviously confirmed in February. Have you felt any switch in mentality or the feeling around the place since the relegation was confirmed or anything like that?
I said before, I'm not sure how much it will change, but I think maybe there's a little bit more of freedom after the relegation. So we have been generally better in the verticality. We have been more vertical in our position. We have had more deep runs. We have had more passes to bypass our opponent. We have more situations where we play a teammate in speed. So this verticality and this intensity offensively had generally been better in our build-up, but also from our offensive transition. And then, of course, when we play against so a dominant team as Leicester, then it's difficult to get out from us where we see we use a lot of energy defensively to be a part of the game, to compete in the game, to stay in the game, and then also to have the energy for our offensive transition, and then also have those phases to come out and to be dominant on the ball. And we work a lot with this. And I also know now we go to Coventry and we have to be top in defending, but we need and we want to have some ideas on the ball, because otherwise we have to defend for 90 minutes.
And there's another potential unwanted record. I'm sure you're aware of it coming up. Do these play any part in your thinking whatsoever, or it'd be a nice one to avoid, but obviously the task is a very, very difficult one.
Honestly, we don't speak a lot about the record. We speak about how can we prepare us in the best possible way against Coventry. How can we keep up to perform in the best possible way? How can we keep up our culture? How can we keep up when it's most difficult in Coventry on Saturday, and to keep up and maybe make a surprise? But first of all, how can we stay in the game? How can we compete in the game? How can we show ourselves from the best side from the first moment in Coventry Saturday at 12:30? This is where all our energy goes to.
Yeah, good stuff. Max Lowe, I think his return to things has been felt, and you can see it out there. Firstly, how much of an impact has he made since he's been back playing?
Max, he's a fantastic character in the group, and you can feel when he play, he make a difference in the group. From the, I call it 1 + 1 is 3. That how we have the synergy between the players. He do a big job here. Defensively, he's one of the best front foot defending player we have, to defend in front of, intercept ball, play forwards. And on the ball, he's a strong possession player, and we try to left wing back, left centre back. We're thinking next year, can he play a left back, be offensive left back? So we work a lot right now with Max, because we're really, really happy to have him in the club. And
It's interesting you mentioned next year there. I gather the club may have a decision to make, and Max as well, I guess. Is the intention to get that sorted and get him on board for next season?
No, I'll be very happy if Max is a part of the future. I really like him as a person, and I like him as a player, and he's a strong character.
Yeah, good stuff. Another goal for Jerry Yates. We've spoken a bit about him as a player. What about as a personality? What's he brought to the group as a more experienced player, but certainly as a person around the camp?
We speak a lot about experience, but experience without hunger is nothing. Yeah, and he an experienced player with a big hunger, and next day after a game he stay in the gym. He do everything what he can every day to be the best version of himself. So he's a top mirror for all the other guys. He's top in the training, he's top before the game, he's top in the game for the mentality, for the culture, and then he is so proud to be a part of Sheffield Wednesday. He loves this, and you can feel this, and that's why he's a good mirror for everyone around him.
As someone in the game, I mean, Jerry's routine, he was sort of a bit of a late starter, and he had loan moves out at non-league clubs and this sort of thing, where some of the other guys have been at some of the big academies and made their way down. Do you see any difference in that, or is hunger that
I think he's a good example for guys who haven't had the easiest way in life for football, who always have to fight for it. Nothing just come, but he has to. He will earn it. He will do everything to get success, and you can see his discipline, the tactical discipline. You can see when it's difficult, he keep on working. He is used to work hard to get his success, and then the next is sometimes to think bigger about himself, because he is a good striker.
Sounds like the sort of person you might want around next year, or we're not at that stage yet?
No, he's a good player, and for all what we wish about culture, he's a good example for Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to ask about, we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, but in terms of the coaches that you have, obviously a couple of the guys, because of the situation partly, were promoted to work with the first team. And I remember you speaking about the development of them as coaches as well. I mean, how much have you seen across the course of the season from those guys?
First of all, I'm really happy for my staff, and I think each of them have made a great development. Muddy has developed a lot on the pitch. He has developed a lot of personality. Pete have been a lime, or what do you call it, who put everything together. Has been a strong character for the players, but also for all our tactical stuff. Andy has developed a lot to go from under 21 coach to really work well with the young players, to give them a good individual feedback after training, after games. So he has grown a lot. Giles is an unexperienced coach in this way, a top human, top character, and he has developed a lot as a coach on the pitch and for the tactical things, but also in the session. Flav is a great goalkeeper coach, and so I think they have all grown in many ways, and the team has grown together, and I'm really proud of them.
Danny obviously had quite a vast coaching staff, a lot of people on board. I mean, again, looking forward, we're at that stage of the season now, Henrik, I'm afraid. Would you like more numbers in, or is it a case of retaining what you have?
We consider right now and make an evaluation of which job has to be done, and how many of those jobs can we do with the personnel we have now, with a top quality, because we need top quality, and in the next 2 weeks, 2 weeks, I'll decide in which direction is going, if we need a new one or not.
In terms of the mood around the takeover, again, we've spoken about it a little bit, but how much of a impact do you think it's having on the players? That they've got something to look forward to potentially.
I can remember when Dave was here with Michael, Tom the first time, and they were in the dressing room, and it was amazing, and you could feel the energy from them to the players to all of us, and this respect they show us, everyone, to go around, give hands, go in the manager room to give hands, but everyone can shake a hand, but everyone cannot do it with the right feeling and with the right emotion and with the right intention. And how they behaved here was a big lift for everyone, because they could feel we are around some people who want something good for us, who also have an understanding where we are right now. So I think it has been given a big boost for everyone, that how Dave had been in the media, how he has spoken to us, is a big support, and give us everyone a big hunger to finish this season strong and to do everything as good as possible, so we can be best possible prepared for the new season.
What was their meeting like with the players? Was it just a hello sort of thing, introduce themselves, or did they speak to them at any length?
It was, I think, 7-8 minutes, but exactly like all other things in life, it's not about how long time you have been together, it's how you are together, and the intensity in this moment, and it was good.
Yeah, good stuff. Coventry then, a difficult task.
Yes.
I remember the situation at Hillsborough and the protests at the time and everything. I remember Frank Lampard speaking quite really well about understanding the situation and how he felt for Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, coming from a colleague and someone of his stature in the game, how much respect do you have for Frank Lampard?
Yeah, he was. I have the biggest respect for Frank, and of course, first as a player, and then how he has grown as a manager. And I'm happy to see all this success what he has now, and he really deserves it. And how he has organized this Coventry team. One thing is to have good individual player, but that's not mean you have a good team. But how he has organized this Coventry team, how he has developed this culture, because they're working so hard. They have good players, but they are working so hard, and then they have a clear strategy for how they want to break down opponent. As they have a clear idea, if we're staying deep tomorrow, they have made 26 goals against deep standing opponent. But if we start to press them high, and how one thing is to have speed on the top line, but how they use the speed on the top line. So you can see it's a very well organized team who is prepared for more or less everything. If we are going high, if we're staying deep. So big respect for him and his team for what they have done and what they are doing right now.
And lastly for me, Henrik, I know you had your trip to Coventry and what have you. Your trip to Ipswich. Coventry are a club that have been down there, a former Premier League club, big expectation, all the rest of it. But how much can you learn from these clubs and how they've gone about it?
We can learn from a lot of clubs. I was speaking with the sporting director from Lincoln on Wednesday to see he wants to learn from Championship. I want to learn from League One. How Lincoln had done it this season is League One. We can only have respect for this. Ipswich, now we meet the people from Coventry, and I search other people too, because I think as more we understand League One, as better chance we have to do something really good in League One. Now, Tuesday evening, all the coaches have games around in England for the League One, and we have this 3 times more before the season is done. So we are so well prepared as possible for the understanding of the League One, and how are you effective in League One, so we do all what we can.
Great stuff. Thanks for your time, Henrik.
Thank you.
You're right, Henrik. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good stuff. Just on the coaches, you spoke to Alex quite in depth about it there. I just wondered from a contractual perspective, are all your coaches contracted for next season, or do you need to sort any of that out?
They are all contracted for next season.
Brilliant. No, that's good to know. Speaking of next season, one player that is out of contract this summer is Liam Palmer. He's been at the club forever. With regards to Liam, I know you spoke a lot about the sort of the human side of people and what they bring aside from their ability on the field. With Liam, is he the sort of person that you'd like to be at the club next season, and is he the sort of person that you envisage stepping into a different sort of role in the future as well?
I think Liam has done a great job for Sheffield Wednesday, and he has been after Barry left, he has also been a strong captain for us. And I have a meeting with Liam where we will speak about the future and how we can do it in the best way, because of course we have to keep Liam in the club.
Yeah, I mean, he's given what he's done with his own sort of, his soccer school that he does as well. Is he the sort of person that you look at and think could make a really good coach one day?
Yeah, but I think Liam have more qualities. I think he is fantastic to the young guys. I also see him speak with more senior players. He has a good feeling for humans. He has a good feeling for the game, and Liam and I we are speaking. We're speaking football, but we're also speaking about a lot of other things in life. And he is a person who he has a lot to give as a football man, but he also have a lot to give as a human, as mirror for other people. And I will speak with Liam, and I'm sure we'll find a good way.
Excellent. Another player that is had some big moments at Sheffield Wednesday, Lee Gregory. I know he was there for a little bit before. I just wondered, is Lee still around? You mentioned in the past how you want to make sure the club is better at including former players and things.
Yeah, he's still around, and he's around under 18 and he's around under 21, and it's good to have him around.
Is he the sort of person that you would, you could envisage bringing on board next season? I know you said to Alex that you're pretty happy with the size of the coaching staff, but does Lee add something a little bit different in that sense?
I also have a conversation with him later in 1-2 weeks where we are speaking about where he is now. He is still very unexperienced as a coach. He is very experienced as a player, and which level can he start? And we will speak about this in 1-3 weeks, and then we will see how we can find a way for him.
Yeah, I know he's obviously not been here a really long time, but given someone with Lee's career and his finishing ability, the amount of goals he scored, have you noticed any difference with the 18s and the 21s in terms of their finishing? I mean, Dev Moses he started scoring loads of goals after Lee arrived.
Yeah, we can give Liam the reason for this. It's okay. No, Liam is. As I said to Liam, you are around. Give something to the boys because you have so much to give them, and he is really good to speak with them. And he's not loud, but he go and then he take our arm around and then he speak with them, and he do that really well.
Excellent. Another young player I want to chat about is Will Granger. He's obviously been dipping in and out of he's been in around the first team squads with first team training, but he's also contributing quite a lot in the 21s. I know he got a goal and assist this week. Firstly, I wanted to ask how much development you've seen from him since he started spending more time with the first team, and also just whether there's been any sort of movement on his contractual situation. I know that he's someone that you'd love to keep at the club.
First, there has been no movement because we cannot do anything right now. For his development, you can see he start to be a young man now. he start to have much more intensity in his game. You see now in the under 21 how much discipline he has for the defensive work, and his tactical skills is developed. You also see when we win the ball and his dynamic run, there is more power now in his run. He start to be a young man now with the intensity. So I think he do it really, really well. And we try to give him as much game practice by under 21 as possible. And then we try to integrate him in so many games as possible by the first team. And sometimes he play 45 minutes Friday and then he's on the bench Saturday. So we are sure he get this game practice because it's very important. In this age he need to play games. And then with this fitness he has, he can play 45 minutes Friday and still play 15, 20 or 30 minutes Saturday.
Yeah. Do you think he's in a position now where he's a little bit more ready to get a few more minutes at senior level?
Yeah, I think so. And yes, I think so. I think he's grown a lot also from the mental side, from the personal side. That it's easier for him to be concentrated now for longer time. It's easier for him now to start to follow a game plan. He's on another level with what, why, how, what are we doing, why are we doing, how are we doing, and what does that mean for me? What is my personally why to do things? So his general understanding of the situation and of the way we want to play is much, much bigger now.
Yeah. Where do you see him as a player? Because he's throughout his youth career, he's played as a striker, he's played as a 10, he's played out wide. Like, for you, looking at him sort of stepping into the senior game, where do you see Will as being his best position?
I think one of the 10 position, I think, will be the best, because he can turn with the ball, he can speed up, but he can also make his deep runs. He has a good shot. So I think if you should play 4-2-3-1 or something in the future, I think a 10 position will fit him really well.
No, brilliant. Looking back at some of the pictures that the club put out of just before the Easter games, I noticed just how many youngsters there were in there. You know, a lot of the lads who've not played in senior games, so to speak. You know, people like Harry Evers and those guys. I just wondered, aside from the ones that have played this season, is there anyone in the youth setup at the moment that you could see maybe getting a chance at first team level, or are you kind of where you're at now for the rest of this season?
We will not integrate more players now for the rest of the season because we want to give game time to Will. We want to maybe also give game time to Def, and maybe Zane also should have some minutes. So right now we will not integrate more new players, and then we'll see when the preseason is and see when we got some new players and how everything is growing. But the door is always open to the first team, of course.
Brilliant. Just lastly for me, I want to ask about Josh Bayliss. I know we've spoken in the past about him, and I know there's nothing you can do from a contractual situation, but given that he's still with the club and has been for a long time, does that mean that you like what you've seen and there's potentially a place for him in the 21s for next season?
The evaluation of him was that he has done it really well, and he is to the consideration now to be a part of next year's under-21 squad. Yeah.
And then with Josh, does his commitment to the cause, given the situation, I know you said before about him sort of sacrificing some things himself. Given your how much you speak about people's personalities and their human abilities, does that commitment to the cause help him in terms of your eyes?
Of course it's do. We know when nobody believe in you, that you keep on fighting, and how he has showed he didn't got a contract, but he did everything for this, for the club and for himself and for under 21 to keep on working. It show that he's a strong character, and big respect for this, and that's also why we have spoke about that maybe we should give him a contract for the new season.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for your time, Henrik, and all the best this weekend.
Thank you.